everyone out there, we're talking about trying to make things happen, and then maybe also visualize more things that we can talk about how things happen. A lot of the things that can happen are simple to do, but they need the proper motivation to get people doing them. And I wanted to say some more proper motivation. Money goes away, other than how it relates to your credit within a context of grounded resource. So if you have credit in a, you know, in a company or your own network of, that's where you got, where you know the food's coming from or whatever else you're talking about. And you have a very complex modern society. And the idea that all this gets retrofitted into this, not right away necessarily. But you take your time. But the first thing that happens is you're going from profit to providing. And it's a shift that happens organically. But I was going to say, there's other things that we fear, that the only way to do this is what I'm saying. People say the government's never going to serve us. That's right. The government is never going to serve you. The government serves the status economy. But if the status economy is a network of responsible community owned or cooperative owned, and you have your internal politics there, that's where you can work it out person to person, and not this oppressive national vote. And you think they and them and those and the leaders are someone other than your people. I'm one of the leaders. Anybody talking to me, I'm one of the leaders because I'm stepping out and taking risks and trying to make sense out of things. And that's all anybody can do. And I'm in a place where I'm not looking to, I'm 70 now. I could have turned this into a book, but all along I've been looking away and analyzing ways of how we can break it out on the ground. So for a while, I'm going to be talking to the video and taking these notes and then doing little shorties and putting them on YouTube so people can share it there. And what we're looking for is some people to work with. But I'm also looking to get in with some of these podcasters because suddenly we're in a place where the culture is personal. And that's part of what we need to do, breaking out of these institutions. But we don't need to be doing, everybody's still pointing fingers. There was another fear I was talking about. Fear of surveillance, fear of losing, credit. If you keep it at a national, global, institutional response to communitarian needs, that's what it comes down to. So you're running roughshod over the different identities of the various communities, and the communities they have to self originate and self manage, or there's a discrepancy of them and us, them doing it to you. And it's not that hard. And that's what people do when they start a business. But right now, the business is still in a context that's not holistic enough. But so if I'm pitching this to like venture capitalists, I'm saying, look out, your money's going to be worth nothing. Okay, there was and the other fears, right? The lack of meaning in your life. And the fact that you're always constant, and then the idea that you're going to lose your job. In a community-based business, the more jobs we can not have to do and somehow get them taken care of, that's the proper context for automation. The proper context for AI is not to try to find shortcuts to sell people more bullshit they don't really need that much. Now, is there something we really need among the bullshit? You know what I mean? Most of the time, there is something you need. But the way it's been, engineered obsolescence, and other things that are incentivized by the current thing, but to shift it out. So the fear of them doing this to us, the advertising doing it, so stop. You have an intelligent context to move into informed consumer and informed producing, and that brings it back. And now I guess I'm talking, because the only people who are ready to do something are the degrowthers, and they see it as just less of this. Instead of, we need to step into something new and different and more exciting and more wholesome. And that's how you get everybody on board. You don't get people on board saying you need less of this.